Hi everyone and welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel. Well, on my left is the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, long been regarded as the best off-road crossover you can buy. But let me tell you, Ford has something to say about it with this thing right here. This is the brand new Bronco Sport, and today we are going to find out once and for all which one is the better crossover when you head off-road. Let's kick this one off by talking about the specs on these two models. So this is the Bronco Sport Badlands, which means it comes standard with a 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged engine that makes 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque sent through an 8-speed auto. This Bronco only has a 4-cylinder. The Cherokee over there has a 6-cylinder, although the Ford makes more torque and the Jeep makes more horsepower. So the powertrains, they take different approaches to it, but power-wise, yeah, they both have their advantages and disadvantages. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Now here on the Badlands model, you normally get a set of 28.5-inch tires, but you can get an optional set of 29s, and that's what we have today. Well, sort of. We actually have a set of Bridgestone Blizzaks on our Bronco Sport. Ford of Canada put those on there for the wintertime, but these are the larger size. So we have all the advantages of getting the 29-inch tires, the biggest of which is 8.8 inches of ground clearance, which is 0.1 inches better than the Cherokee. On the Bronco, you're talking about 105.1 inches of wheelbase. On the Jeep Cherokee, we are talking about 107.1 inches of wheelbase. So yes, the Cherokee is slightly longer. The other unique thing about this Badlands model is the twin clutch rear drive unit. So standard Bronco Sports or non-Badlands Bronco Sports, you get a single clutch rear drive unit. Essentially, it can send power to the rear, but it can't split it left and right. It's just an open differential back there on regular Broncos. Now step up to the Badlands and you add that second clutch. That means the Bronco is able to send power to the rear, but then individually to the left and to the right. And that allows it to have a locker. Now I say locker because yeah, it's not a physical locker. All it is those two clutches are just totally locking up and putting a ton of pressure to keep those wheels under load and with power. However, they're still clutch plates, so they can slip. That's the difference between what you have here and a real locker. This thing, when the going gets really rough, yeah, it probably won't stay fully locked up, whereas the locker in the Cherokee, yeah, that's a real physical locker. That thing is going to stay locked regardless of what happens. Now let's look at the Jeep, and first of all, we got to mention naturally aspirated V6, 271 horsepower, but only 239 pound-feet of torque. Now, this Cherokee also has a 2-speed transfer case, which the Bronco Sport does not, so there is a low range here in the Jeep. Now, there's another way this Cherokee differentiates itself, and that is with tow rating. This Jeep, with the tow package, can pull up to 4,500 pounds. Bronco Sport, you're limited at just 2,200 pounds. And the other thing I need to look at too is the payload. So let's take a look at the door jamb stickers, see which one can haul more.
So I'm just getting ready to go off-road here on our main trail. And a couple of things I just want to share with viewers. So you already know we're doing the Bronco Sport. The fact that this is a unibody vehicle based on the Escape, that concerns me a little bit. So even though we keep talking Bronco, there's a heck of a difference between Bronco and Bronco Sport. Bronco, of course, when it comes, is based on Ranger. So anyway, I'm about to get into this stuff, and I also want to mention that there's a difference here week to week in the snow. So right now, again, late March, so we're going through this thaw-freeze cycle. Thaws in the daytime, freezes back up overnight. This is a lot different than what we had the AT4 in and the Power Wagon, where there was a crust on top and you broke through and then it just went to the bottom and it spun and did nothing. So right now, I just want to be honest. I mean, we're in the same snow, but right now it's in the morning and it's like concrete. So we're kind of flying right across the top of it. this afternoon, that could all change. Oh, and that's it. You see, anywhere it gets a little bit deeper, I just felt it hit underneath and just a slight lift. But anyway, we're back into the hard stuff here right now.
Okay, folks, I really want to test the four-wheel drive and especially the rear diff locker on the Bronco Sport. Now, our offset ruts here are pretty deep, so we'll see if it can make it. Slow. Yeah, that's not bad. You're okay. You're rubbing a bit, but it's skid plate. So now this is gonna drop. Slowly. Yeah, it's still not bad. That's all snow and ice. Now can it power over the snow and ice? Here we go. Stop. Don't move. I need to see what the back end is doing. Are you locked up? Okay, ready? See, it's acting like a limited slip, not a locker. This tire is not spinning exactly like that tire. Keep spinning for me. That's better. Once Dad laid into the power, then it acted like a real locker. Now it's locked up. Okay, Dad, well, she's not making it. You can back her up now. Well, there you go, the twin clutch rear drive unit. It did its job, but sadly these ruts are a little too deep and a little too muddy for the Bronco Sport to make it through today. Well, now we're gonna have to see how the Cherokee does.
Okay, there's a section of trail actually that we haven't been on. This is a little hill, we call it Cripple Hill, mostly because there's so many damn rocks sticking out of it. And so, unlike a lot of the stuff I've been on up till now, where there's already been a lot of well-laid tracks, there's no tracks on this thing. So let's see what it does. And away we go. Well, we're digging a lot deeper, that's for sure. And here's the first set of rocks. Ouch. And around the big tree. Oh God, I hate that tree. And now we're at the hill. Okay, we're going up the hill. Holy crap. Woohoo, it's actually climbing. Wow, I'm shocked. Actually, I figured I'd be about halfway up and then Bob's your uncle, but that was okay. Yeah, that was all right, man. Huh. Okay, well, I was prepared to be disappointed, but I'm actually going to chalk that up as a surprising win. So, way to go, Bronco Sport. So I've had this in mud and ruts the whole time, and there is no snow mode in here. They got something called slippery, which is supposed to be, I guess it looks like ice, snow, yada, yada. I'm switching it over just to see how that works. So let's take a look. Oh yeah. It really cuts back on the input. And that's actually not good right here. And yeah, there we go. Okay. That wasn't a great adventure, so we're gonna change this back to mud and ruts and make sure that the traction control is off. Alright, this time we're going to back way the hell up and get a run at it. Old school.
You know what? As we get later in the day, the snow's just getting softer. Just got to take a run at it here. Bit of a nerve-wracking spot because you also need to make a turn right away. There's a bit of speed. Come on, Bronco. Turn, baby. Watch the tree.
Oh, okay. Ah, damn trees. Jump right out in front of you. Whew. Okay, back to the parking lot. And now we're gonna take the Jeep and do it all again and see how that works. This time Steve can drive. bet you he gets stuck.
So time to hit the trail, everybody, in the Cherokee Trailhawk, and try not to get stuck. So I'm in snow mode, traction is defeated, and here we go. Now the Bronco did break my trail for me here. Hello! It's hard as a rock there at the beginning. Nice, so the Bronco broke these ruts, like I said, but so far, feeling okay. I have enough clearance. Okay, everybody, now we're gonna test this diff locker through our ruts here. So I put her down into four-wheel drive low. Stability control is turned off automatically. The rear end is now locking. Just got to get the rear end locked. Just won't pop in for me. Come on, baby. There. Now the rear end is locked. And here we go. Now the Bronco Sport didn't quite make it through here. And that wasn't to do with its locker. Its locker was actually working well, but again, it's just a pretend locker in the Bronco. Oh, let me turn my parking sensors off. Where's my parking sensor button? Oh, here it is. Parking sensors off. Okay. Oh, here comes the climb. And there's the tip. So far, she's crawling through. But pretty soon here, I'm going to get into it. Oh, Jeep! Now we're also dealing with mud here, so again, it's also these all-terrains versus the winter tires. I'm dragging her a bit. But look at that, Cherokee! Wow, the Cherokee just walked through there, guys. That was barely any momentum. And I'm gonna chalk it up to the real locker, but I actually felt like maybe the front end was working a little bit better to pull me through there. So what can I say? Even though the Cherokee has slightly less clearance, it just did something that the Bronco straight up couldn't do. Okay, folks, this is our last big obstacle. This is what we call Cripple Hill. We didn't go back to the left hook today because we wouldn't have made it back there, but Cripple Hill is a little more accessible. Now, I want all my goodies, so I'm in 4 low again. Got my rear end locked up. And yeah, the big key here is maneuverability, and the Bronco Sport's a little smaller, so we'll see how this Cherokee feels coming through here. But so far so good, and that's actually a point in both of these vehicles' favor. They're both quite small and maneuverable. So coming through our tight forest trails, they feel good. Watch that tree. Oh, Dad had more momentum through here. Come on, Jeep, come on, Jeep. Come on, Jeep, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. You got it, you got it. Stay in it, no! Oh, what was that? Traction control just murdered me.
Why'd you stop?
My foot was to the floor. It just absolutely stopped. I do not understand. I'm in 4 low. I didn't touch anything.
Traction control is off.
It's off. Wow, something was on. That was not right.
You're at the worst part of the hill.
I know. I didn't lift. Come on, Cherokee. Don't do me dirty like this. I'm flattening out. Okay, let's try again. Here we go. Power, 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 power. Come on. It did it again.
Just did it again?
It hits, it's almost like it hits red line and then just says, nope, we're done with this.
I guess because you're at 4 low, maybe. There's a limiter.
Wow, this is surprising. Okay, let's try something else.
All right.
Whoa.
Easy.
This could be a bit of the 9-speed at play, too.
All right, Steve's got it out of 4 low. Let's go 4 high, baby.
Here we go. Come on, Cherokee, we got this. We got this. Oh, don't do that to me. Come on, dig in, find the traction, find it. I don't think she's gonna do it. Wow.
So this is what we were talking about. While the snow was really hard and you were on top of it, and now he's broken through. Now it's just bad news bears. Well, all you got to do is keep going. At this point, you're going to dig yourself a road.
I think you're right. Okay, folks, I'm back in 4 low. Dad just said it. I'm going to dig a road out eventually here, so let's go. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Cherokee. Come on, you got this. You got this. You can climb this next one too. You can climb this one. Yes, 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 yes.
And
oh, man.
She blows.
Well, that was interesting.
Up here in Ontario, we say, when in doubt, give her. Hey, Steve, what'd you do?
Well, I was going along great there. Now she's miserably stuck. And I'm going to go ahead and blame the sunshine. Because this morning when we ran the Bronco Sport, this was hard as concrete. It's getting softer by the minute. I just came to a stop in the middle of the trail, which was already broken. And I went to take off, and the whole Jeep went straight down. I think we might need the tractor.
Oh, butt crack. All right. Steve, smile for the camera. Say, I totally failed.
All right, we're setting up for recovery. We got the tractor and we got the Jeep hooked up. They got these awesome big red tow hooks, very exposed, very easy to get to. Hopefully it's gonna make this recovery no problem at all. Let's see what happens. All right, time to get this Jeep out of here. So I'm not slowing down here. Whoa, this snow is getting soft, but yes, momentum is your friend. And yeah, we're not stopping now. I'm done with this tractor. Oh, it's getting muddy down here, yeah. So I think I've said this already, everybody, but snow conditions just changed, you know, hour by hour. And when we got here first thing this morning, everything was hard from freezing overnight. And now it's all thawing out. Oh my goodness, that's a big bump right there. Woo, Cherokee. So I will say at this point, having ridden in them both now, I think the Cherokee actually rides a little nicer off-road. Bronco Sport's a little stiff. Cherokee's pretty softly sprung. And, well, we're off the trails now. And, well, I don't know, everybody. I'm conflicted. The Cherokee walked through those ruts so much easier than the Bronco. And yet I had that issue on the hill. The Bronco made it up that hill because it just kept on powering through. The Cherokee in 4 low, even with everything defeated, still cut my power. That was a really frustrating moment when you're right there on the hardest point of a hill and you're about to make it, and then the vehicle just says, no, you're not gonna make it. That's really annoying, and it's a bad feeling. So I'm frustrated about that. But I do think my takeaway here is that the Jeep Cherokee is still a better off-roader than the Bronco Sport. It felt like it did everything with a little bit more ease. The way the vehicle is just shaped, too, seems to be a little bit better for off-roading. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys saw those things with your own eyes, so this is a tricky one. But I think if we're just talking off-road, I might end up taking the Cherokee. Well, folks, we've reached the end of this one, so I need to answer the question I asked off the top. Is the Cherokee Trailhawk the best off-road crossover? Well, at the end of this day, my answer is still yes. Even though we had those issues, it still felt that much more confident than this Bronco Sport. But that's not to say this thing is bad. Actually, I think what we've proven today is even though there's no real locker or transfer case, this Bronco Sport can hang on the trail with a vehicle like this Cherokee, and that is saying something. This isn't a poser, this is a real little off-roader. But of course, now I want to hear what you guys think, so go below, leave me a comment, let me know which one you would buy. While you're down there, don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the join button to become a member of the channel, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we're testing next. See ya.